So have you ever heard that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, not this time. We are about to tell you all about our recent trip to Las Vegas. So I would love to know, what was your favorite part?
Well, the favorite part in Vegas was, well, first off, we went to Vegas for our annual convention in the financial service industry, where all the top agencies across America come together, and our partnering group, IMG, comes out. We got the CEO, the founder. It was just a great, spectacular event, right? Like the Grammys or the Oscars for our event, right? Our industry.
Yes, it is like the who's who of financial services, the who's who in the life insurance, the who's who in health insurance and retirement planning, and something so amazing happened. Well, we had an opportunity to train. We're super, super grateful for that. I think we trained 4 different times. Just trained about how we've grown our agency in 2018 to just 2 people, Ellis and I, trying to figure this out. Will we be any good in it? Will we make any money from it? Will our clients take us serious? Will we have credibility? And just from 2 folks with all of those insecurities and doubts and limiting beliefs in 2018. And to see that now we're on a stage in front of 15,000 men and women training on how to grow the size of your agency, like how to scale your business. That was unreal, because I remember so many nights where it was just you and I praying, crying, and not having clients figuring this out. So to see today, to have an agency that has grown over 800 licensed agents, that was amazing. And then what else did we train on?
I don't know necessarily the training part, man. Just I'm more so excited about what happened, right? I mean, the training was obviously phenomenal. Was definitely honored to be able to be selected to train, because it is a big deal.
And I think people should know, though, what we trained on, because you trained on a very dynamic topic, which was creative mechanisms, and everyone found value in that presentation.
Yeah, if you haven't read the book, Psycho-Cybernetics, it is an incredible book. It is one that has helped me phenomenally in business to become a next best version of myself. We speak a lot to that. I know one word that people like to use a lot is recreation, but I remember the conversation that we were having, and it really convicted me, where you said we were created in the likeness and image of God. So why is it that we can't recreate something? God has already created us perfectly. And but I do believe that we build upon the things that we've learned. We build upon our experiences. We build upon our faults. We build upon our failures, and we build upon our successes. And the creative mechanism, which is your brain, by the way, that is the creative mechanism. We don't use it enough.
Yep.
We don't use it enough, and it was really a training on how to release it, right? How to release the creativity from your brain, because we get too logical.
Yeah.
We get too logical. Many of us are stuck in I wake up at 6 a.m., I go to work, I drink coffee, I check my email, I do work, and then I leave by 3:30 p.m., right? You get caught up into that. And so it's very logical. I get paid every 2 weeks. I pay this bill on this day. And the brain is just shutting down, right? It's no longer being allowed to be creative and dream, right? Yeah. And so that was really the main focus of that topic.
Yeah, I think as I was listening to you do that training, I was thinking about how that was me in corporate America. Like, seriously, that was me living a very rigid, predictable, routine life. It was, I wake up every single morning at this time. I go to lunch at this time. I'm back in my car on my commute home at this time. I mean, down to the when you start knowing the different radio jockeys and what time their shifts start and stop, that was me. And my income at the time was very rigid too.
Yeah, another thing about it for me was when I was in corporate, we just speaking about the creative mechanism, and how you can get programmed in a way just from the routine, or you can just be directly told. And so I remember working, and one time I'm fresh, I just graduated, I'm excited, I just got my entry position as an engineer, right? And I'm in a meeting one day and I'm like, I want to take over the world, I want to fix everything. And, you know, the chief says, hey, if we want your opinion, I'll ask for it. You know,
It's like it's at that moment where you have to like take a deep breath and work really hard not to channel the ancestors. Like, if you want my opinion, you'll give it to me. Like, who do you think you are? Yeah. That's corporate America, though, for you.
It is.
I think so. We're happy to just be running our own business. But the other training that we did was on positive energy. That one was fire.
Yes.
That was fire. And I think it's fire because it doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, an employee, an entrepreneur, investor, business owner. I mean, we all need more positive energy.
Yeah.
Right now, with the political climate, the economic climate, inflation, recession, market crash, like, we need to be intentional about living and approaching each day with positivity. And how can we have that positivity then be contagious in our marriages, in our homes, in our communities, in our businesses? So I love that training. But can I share with you my favorite part?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to tell the folks, you know, the book as well, good book to read is The Energy Bus.
Yes.
When we get there. And so you'll be hearing a lot from us about different books too as well. We're not the authors of them, but we feel that these books can be very impactful in your life because they've been that for us.
Yes, definitely read The Energy Bus. But my favorite part of our recent trip to Las Vegas was gala night, because Ellis and I were surprised. Out of so many different agency owners in that room, we were selected as the MVP for 2023. And that meant so much to us. I am going to try not to get emotional, but I'll tell you what that meant and why. I'll tell you why. So when we started this year off, our agency was really at a slow start, right? And oftentimes that's with any new business, because you kind of like you're wrapping up year-end business the last quarter of the year, right? Q4, October, November, December. And as any new entrepreneur, right, you start the new year off with, I have to fill up my client pipeline. And so we started the year off, nothing crazy, doing business as usual. And just like at the end of February, would you say? Beginning of March?
I would say the last 2 weeks of February.
Last 2 weeks of February, our business just exploded. And not rapidly, it was a gradual. And what I love about gradual growth is that it's sustainable. Sometimes when you just go from like here to here, you can think it's a fluke. Maybe it was luck. Maybe you just got one really big client, or maybe you was really lucky and you trained someone that's super credible in the industry. But that wasn't the case with you and I. It was just a slow, steady work ethic, being consistent, becoming more disciplined, and what I like to call my favorite word in business, which is duplicatable. I think nobody cares about how smart or talented you are. If you can't teach other people to do the same thing, then you don't really have a business, right? You're not duplicatable. And so I think what that award meant for me, Ellis, was it solved the number one problem we've been wanting to address for the last 5 years, which is duplication. I finally was like, now we have a business. And we've been in business for 5 years. And I finally felt like, yep, we now have a business. The Wealth Academy is legit, okay? We are here to stay. We have a duplicatable systems, language, platforms, everything. But it took a long time. So I just wanted to share that. But you probably have another favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, MVP was, well, for me walking into the night, I thought that was pretty much was going to be the highlight of the show. You know, You know, like I told you, I walked in pretty much 85% sure that we were going to get the MVP award. You had no
No, I didn't.
idea.
Why didn't you ever say anything though to
I
me?
mean, I don't know. I was tracking it, you know. And I was
Ladies.
tracking the numbers. I was watching the metrics. I was seeing where the leaders was at. And, you know, I knew if one or two things was in our favor, I'm like, we'll get it. And then just when I saw the golf score, you know, just the ranking that they had for us, that they, you know, showed, I was like, yeah, we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. And then when we got it, I was like, it was a somber moment because it wasn't a beat my chest moment. It was, man, last year was a rough year and we turned it around and we got recognized for it, and it felt good.
It did. It does, because it was when you are building a business with your spouse, like, you don't always have these really high moments. Sometimes you have really dark days and really dark times where you're second guessing, did I make the right decision? This is really tough. We're not reaping the rewards from our efforts. Clients come and go, agents come and go. But, you know, what you and I have built and what God has purposed us to do will remain. And so you're so right. It was like in that moment, like a moment of redemption, but also God's reward of saying, this is for you all having faith and remaining steadfast, despite how the waters were coming into the boat. So it was awesome.
And that was just a glimpse of God's favor, right? And so one of the things that I've really been talking about a lot, as you know, is God wants to bless you, but God wants to show up and bless you in a way that you know only He did it, right? Not from your work, not from you putting in the hours, not from you making phone calls, not from you meeting somebody. He wants you to know that all the glory goes to Him in this instance, in this moment, because when He shows up, He blows our minds, right? And so the greatest part of the night was, at first, we were just excited that the shares that we had from the company got vested.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the acquisition of our company to another company, you know, it was an uncertain moment, uncertain time. And they said they were working on it and, you know, they'll let us know. And then they say, yep, you guys, your shares got vested. Everyone was excited, including some of our agency owners, right? So we were very happy for them. We were very happy of our shares. Then God said, but wait, there's more.
Don't you just love that we serve a there's more God? Like, just when you think God has outdone Himself, He's saying, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, nor has it entered into the hearts of man all that I have in store. So go ahead. I don't want to say it. Very, very excited. You know, the CDO of the company came up to the stage and said, we want to reward the hard work of some individuals that helped the company grow within the last year. And it was 20 names, right? 20 names. How many people were in that room?
Well, out of all the VPs was it 49? I believe we have 49 vice presidents.
Of the men and women who would have even been eligible.
The eligibility.
But it was over 10,000 people in that room.
Over 10,000 people in the room, over 300 plus agency owners, and then over 49 vice president organizations. And only 20 of them was called up and said, congratulations, you are now a partner in the firm.
Woo-woo!
Yeah.
That was so surreal. I remember looking at you and I were both kind of like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
You know, and in short, I just kind of want to summarize, essentially, you know, we now own a piece of a company that is valued at, I don't want to say the dollar amount, but
it's valued very highly.
It's really, really high. And for me though, Ellis, because it, like you said, it wasn't earned, it was favor, right? Like, what is favor? Favor is an act of kindness that you can't earn. Mm-hmm. You cannot earn it. Mm-hmm. It's God's unmerited kindness and compassion poured out over your life. And so, yeah, we became an equity owner and partner of, should I say the company?
Absolutely. We can definitely say that.
Yeah, Integrity Marketing Group.
Yeah.
So we now own a piece of the company, and they have over 200 financial agencies under their umbrella. And so we own a piece of each of those companies. How does it feel?
It feels insane. It's never thought in a million years that a kid from New Orleans who wasn't supposed to make it out, who was raised by a single mom, parents divorced, was a teen parent, told that I ruined my life, you know, when I was 17 years old, to be able to sit here and look at what God has done for me today, and it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
wasn't supposed to happen to Moses. It wasn't supposed to happen to David. It wasn't supposed to happen, you know, to so many people, but
To
it did.
Ellis.
And it happened to Ellis. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. So never in a million years would either one of us have imagined, but isn't it just like God to show up when you least expect it? Isn't it just like God to reward you for all of those years of hard work, dedication, and discipline? When you think nobody's watching you, you right now watching, when you think you're in the library, you're in your car, you are still at work, and it's midnight, it's the weekend, and everybody's out partying, and everybody's telling you you work too much, and all you care about is success, and all you care about is money, and you're neglecting this, that, or the third.
And you think God don't hear your prayers. And you think God doesn't hear your prayers. Because there was many nights we was praying. I know I was.
Yeah, for
Many
sure.
nights.
For sure. So that's the greatest announcement, I guess, that we have. So many wonderful things, but also seeing our agents win, seeing the impact they're making in their families, for their children, for their communities. So yeah, what happened in Vegas did not stay in Vegas. We just gave you all of the tea, and
We just getting started.
I cannot wait to go back. We'll be back again in August of next year.